Good afternoon everyone, I Nathaniel Cardona will report on the principles of exercise and basis of exercise. Let's start discussing in principles of exercise. The fundamental principles of exercise are the basis of physical training theory. They are based on biological rules and can help you build an effective exercise program. The exercise principles outline the criteria that guide all training. Each principle allows us to critique some element of a person's training. The best fitness training programs are built on three principles: overload, progression, and specificity. By using these principles, you can design an exercise program that improves performance, skill, ability, and physical fitness. The first principle is overload. The principle of overload refers to the amount of exercise that is needed to improve fitness level. Overload means that to improve any aspect of physical fitness, the individual must continually increase the demands placed on appropriate body systems. Exercise must be observed in accordance to the intensity, duration, and frequency of the specific activity. Intensity indicates how hard the exercise can be performed. To measure it in aerobic activity, the heart rate should be monitored. Example is having the ability to run miles on end at a top speed. Duration refers to the length of each exercise. For developing cardiovascular endurance, the minimum amount of aerobic exercise should be 20 to 30 minutes. Example, a time when the film has a 2 hours duration. Frequency refers to the number of exercise sessions an individual performs per week, at least 3 to 5 workouts. Next principle is progression. The progression must be in context of performer's tolerance whether to increase or maintain the overload. An increase in the level of exercise whether to add more resistance must be done in the progression. The principle of progression implies that there is an optimal level of overload that should be achieved and an optimal time frame for this overload to occur. A gradual systematic increase of the workload over a period of time will result in improvements in fitness without risk of injury. And the last principle is specificity. Exercise must be specific in its concern. It could be either for strength, flexibility, or endurance. Physical conditioning should match the demands that a sport or activity makes an individual. The principle of specificity of training states that the way the body responds to physical activity is very specific to the activity itself. For example, someone who jogs can expect that their jogging performance would improve as well as their aerobic conditioning. It is important that any exercise to strengthen muscle targets the muscle range and type of muscle work is specific to the task required. The exercise principles outline the criteria that guide all training. Each principle allows us to critique some element of person's training. Now, the next topic we will discuss is about basis of exercise. At the end of my discussion, we will know why basis of exercise are important. Planning a workout regime should include all three phases of exercise to help prevent injuries while burning the most possible calories. If you take the time to start and end slowly and stretch your muscles, you can help support your cardiovascular system and reduce the chance of muscle stiffness following your workout. First phases of exercise is warm-up. We all know the warm-up. Warm-up activities should be conducted before an intense workout. It will help you perform better and will decrease arches and pains. It prepares the muscle for exercise and allows oxygen supply to ready itself for whatever strenuous activities to be worked at. Warming up can be as simple as performing your chosen exercise at a slower pace. Second phases is workout. Workout elevates the heart rate and achieves aerobic fitness. Activities which may be included in this phase are walking, jogging, running, swimming, bicycling, rope skipping. And the last phase is the cool down. The cool down is the deceleration phase, like exiting the off-ramp when the body normalizes for low-pace everyday activity. After the workout, cooling down should be accomplished by walking for a few minutes. This can help prevent soreness the next day by massaging the waste products of exercise into the circulatory system. It's similar to warming up. You can perform your aerobic exercise at a slower pace or walk around the room for a few minutes. This is where my discussion ends on the two topics, principle and phases of exercise. I hope you gained more knowledge and learned that you can apply in your daily life.